Confessions, number 7. Hear me, O God. How wicked are the sins of men. Men say this, and you pity them, because you made man, but you did not make sin in him. Who can recall to me the sins I committed as a baby? For in your sight no man is free from sin, not even a child who has lived only one day on earth. Who can show me what my sins were? Some small baby in whom I can see all that I do not remember about myself. What sins then did I commit when I was a baby myself? Was it a sin to cry when I wanted to feed at the breast? I am too old now to feed on mother's milk, but if I were to cry for the kind of food suited to my age, others would rightly laugh me to scorn and remonstrate with me. So then, too, I deserved the scolding for what I did. But since I could not have understood the scolding, it would have been unreasonable and most unusual to rebuke me. We root out these faults and discard them as we grow up, and this is proof enough that they are faults, because I've never seen a man purposely throw out the good when he clears away the bad. It can hardly be right for a child, even at that age, to cry for everything, including things which would harm him. To work himself into a tantrum against people older than himself and not required to obey him, and to try his best to strike and hurt others who know better than he does, including his own parents, when they do not give in to him and refuse to pander to whims which would only do him harm. This shows that if babies are innocent, it is not for lack of will to do harm, but for lack of strength. I have myself seen jealousy in a baby and know what it means. He was not old enough to talk, but whenever he saw his foster brother at the breast, he would grow pale with envy. This much is common knowledge. Mothers and nurses say that they can work such things out of the system by one means or another, but surely it cannot be called innocence when the milk flows in such abundance from its source to object to a rival desperately in need and depending for his life on this one form of nourishment. Such faults are not small or unimportant, but we are tender-hearted and bear with them because we know that the child will grow out of them. It is clear that they are not mere peccadillos, because the same faults are intolerable in older persons. You, O Lord my God, gave me my life and my body when I was born. You gave my body its 5 senses. You furnished it with limbs and gave it its proper proportions, and you implanted in it all the instincts necessary for the welfare and safety of a living creature. For these gifts you command me to acknowledge you and praise you and sing in honor of your name, because you are Almighty God, because you are good, and because I owe you praise for these things, even if you had done nothing else. No one but you can do these things, because you are the one and only mold in which all things are cast, and the perfect form which shapes all things, and everything takes its place according to your law. I do not remember that early part of my life, O Lord, but I believe what other people have told me about it, and from watching other babies I can conclude that I also lived as they do. But true though my conclusions may be, I do not like to think of that period as part of the same life I now lead, because it is dim and forgotten, and in this sense, it is no different from the time I spent in my mother's womb. But if I was born in sin, and guilt was with me already when my mother conceived me, where, I ask you, Lord, where or when was I, your servant, ever innocent? But I will say no more about that time, for since no trace of it remains in my memory, it need no longer concern me.